This is you. You are an average Joe, and you're probably asking yourself, what is a Shin Megami Tensei? Well, I did quite a few videos covering this very topic, but here's a quick rundown. Shin Megami Tensei is a JRPG game series developed by Atlus. The games tackle philosophical themes while having fun JRPG gameplay. Do I catch your interest? Maybe you're saying to yourself, oh yeah, that one series that spawned that fancy new Persona game. Or maybe that one meme I saw once. But how can I get myself into the series? Well, that's what I'm here to tell you. This is Rtyuiope's SMT Beginner's Guide. One thing you should understand is that there is no real wrong way to get introduced into the series. But Dickbutt39 said that if I play Persona first, then I'm a pee-baby loser. Well, little Joey, 99.99999999999% of the time they are merely joking, so don't take it so seriously. A majority of fans of the SMT series got their start with the Persona series, so there's no shame in letting it be your first. In fact, Persona is probably the easiest and most welcoming sub-series of the franchise. If you're a newcomer to the JRPG scene, the more modern iterations are going to be your best gateway. They're fun, stylish, and easy to get a hang of, and provide engaging and fun stories with good music and streamlined gameplay, not to mention the dating sim aspect which draws in many people into Persona in the first place. Don't lie to yourself. If you're looking for more of a grim tale, Persona 3 is where you're going to want to go. If you're more interested in a heartwarming story about friends and feel like being a part of a group, then Persona 4 is going to be your first. But if you feel like playing a social commentary about corruption and rebellion, let me introduce you to Persona 5. Do those not interest you at all? Have you already played them? Are you looking for something a little different? Fret not, my friend, for there are a few points of entry. Are you looking for something similar in style to Persona but less streamlined with more subjective difficulty? Then let me introduce you to Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2. Those games tackle the theme of reincarnation and attaining inner peace with an interesting twist. Do you not like the gameplay of being confined into one set of demons for 2 games? Then why not dip your toes in a mainline with Shin Megami Tensei 4? The game continues the trend of religious commentary, but is developed with newcomers in mind. It is hard, but fair. You might be a little lost here and there, but it shouldn't be any trouble for someone with prior JRPG experience. Now, if you want something more similar to SMT4, but something more dark, with something close to the gameplay, then you can play the masterpiece that is Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Why not start with Nocturne then? Well, Nocturne isn't exactly newbie-friendly, buddy. You're definitely welcome to give it a try. In fact, I encourage it if you're truly curious. But what makes many people lose interest rather quickly is the empty scenery, the seeming lack of direction, the difficulty, and the random encounters. All these aspects can be off-putting to any number of newcomers. But, unless if you can already appreciate those aspects, then I can definitely tell you to go ahead and give it a try. But if it sounds unappealing, then I'd just say, leave it alone for a brief little bit. I'll advise you to hold off and play some of the other games because Nocturne is truly too good to just cast to the side as an outdated game. Now, let's say you're looking for something more akin to Nocturne. Then do we have the game for you? There is Shin Megami Tensei 1 and 2, who are both similar in tone and share very similar themes and motifs, but with more outdated gameplay with the lack of the press turn system, which most modern SMT games have in one form or another. If you dig the first-person dungeon crawling aspect of Shin Megami Tensei 1 and 2, why not make a stop by with a familiar face, and try out Persona 1, which feels very similar to those games. Then after that, you can try Persona 2, Innocent Sin, and Eternal Punishment, which deviate from the first-person dungeons. The gameplay of these two definitely show their age, but if you can beat Persona 1 and SMT 1 and 2, then this should be a cakewalk. But maybe you want something similar, then I recommend Megami Tensei 1 and 2. The Namco and Atlus versions. The other versions of the game aren't very good. Also, make sure you're playing the Super Nintendo versions. Plays almost identical to SMT 1 and 2. Hey, maybe you dig the gameplay, but you want something more goofy. Then I definitely recommend Soul Hackers. Has all the old SMT goodness, but with the cheesy 90s idea of what the future may be like. And a Saturday morning TV show like Story to boot. now, okay. So let's say none of that sounds appealing to you. Fret not, my friend. There is still hope for you yet in the form of fighting games. Are they more your style? We got you covered with Persona 4 Arena Duology, which are both great fighting games with mechanics pulled straight out of Arc System's other fighting games such as BlazBlue. Action RPGs, Raito Kuzunoha 1 and 2, and maybe even Makin X. Raito 1 is a little bit more bare bones, but Raito 2 is definitely a solid take on the action RPG genre. Rhythm games? Persona 4 Dancing All Night, which was partially developed by Dingo, who developed some of the Miku games, developed this one. Tactical strategy a la Fire Emblem games? Devil Survivor 1 and 2 deliver a challenging take on the formula with a bit of S&T squeezed in. Puzzler? Catherine's definitely up your alley, which delivers a complex yet seemingly simple concept of a puzzler with an engaging story. Want something super cute like Pokemon? I mean, you can play Demi-Kids, I guess, but who wants to play Demi-Kids? As you can see, there are a lot of ways to get into the S&T franchise no matter what your preference of gameplay is. You can start with one game, and if it catches your interest, there's a whole world of games to explore. So, why not give it a try? There's something here for everyone, and that's not something that most series can say. Until next time, this is Rtyuiope from Rtyuiope's Game Room, signing off.